Hey gang, Captain Jim here. We had a great show today. Captain Matt Lee was in the studio, Code Red Fishing Charters, and of course, you guys have seen some of the episodes in the past that we've done. You know, Matt's a great hunter, great fisherman. Mosquito Lagoon is his backyard, and this guy knows how to catch fish there. So if you guys want to go get some redfish and trout, enjoy this episode. Matt's going to give you some good tips on some of the ways that he goes about catching them. So hopefully you enjoy it as much as we had fun making it for you.
Well, good morning, East Central Florida, and welcome to another edition of Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM. We appreciate you guys and gals tuning in every Saturday morning to see what's going on up and down the Space Coast. I'm Captain Jim Ross, and we're going to do this thing that we call Catch a Memory for the next 2 hours, so hopefully you guys and gals will enjoy what it is you're listening to. I want to say good morning to those of you out there on the airwaves. Obviously, the 1510 signal should be on right now. It just came on 1 minute ago, and I believe so anyway, or getting ready to. 99.9, 94.7, 100.7 FM. Obviously, those are low-power frequencies. You can hear between, Titusville, Mims area, all the way down to just about to Sebastian. And then, of course, the WWBC app. You can always listen to the WWBC app and get on that particular, whatever you're on your computer or if you're on your phone, whatever it takes to be able to get that WWBC app up and running. And hopefully you guys and gals will enjoy that particular way of listening. And, of course, good morning to those of you out there on Facebook. Want to say hi, wave at you, because you can actually see what we're doing here in the studio. And want to say good morning to all of you that are out there. Got Captain Matt Lee in the studio this morning. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, bud.
I see you got your hunting gear on.
Yes, sir.
I see some camo going on here.
That gear, buddy.
I'm telling you.
It's right around the corner.
I'm getting excited. It's interesting. Even though we fish, we fish pretty much every day. Mm-hmm. There's this little buzz, the little buzz of hunting, and it's just like, yep, So I'm getting excited. I got two great invites this year. I'm really looking forward to doing a little bit of hunting. One is up in the north part of the state, up at Madison, with my good friend Tino, that owns All About Archery.
Okay.
So he's got a herd of does. Well, he's got some bucks too, but he's got a herd of does. And he's like, we need to manage these does. You can't let them overrun the place.
Right.
You got to thin the herd a little bit. And so some of those older does need to go, and they need to go straight into my freezer.
Well, so
that's the game plan anyway.
That sounds about right.
Hopefully get some of these, more mature does that aren't producing offspring anymore. Thin some of them out and take some of the pressure off of that particular area. And then my good friend Daryl McCall has invited me up for a couple of days to hunt with him again in South Carolina. And that you hunt Georgia. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so that whole, I would say from here in Central Florida, it's swamp. Mm-hmm. You're basically hunting swamp. There's very few, there's some pine flats, but it's really, if you want a buck, you got to get into the swamp. That's just where they live. Here, Central Florida, South Florida, they just want to be in that swampy area around that cypress and stuff like that. But when you start getting into North Florida is kind of like South Georgia with a lot of more planted pine, more hardwoods, not quite as swampy.
Depends on which side you're on, because like the side we're on Southeast Georgia, and it's just like here.
Oh, really? It's a little swampy there, huh?
It's crazy. Yeah,
but not like planted pine and
we got a little bit of that
and crop. Like
no crop.
Okay.
No crop. There's some farms around. There's like a blueberry farm that's not too far. Well, there's actually
they love blueberries. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you run the bucks long enough, and they're going to the blueberry farm.
Yep.
No really feed as far as like agriculture to speak about. We do feed year round. We feed all year.
Got to keep them happy.
But as far as that goes, where we hunt in particular, it's wet. Like it's swamp. It's wet. It gets nasty in places. and it like I said, it just ranges from like where you go, because like if you go to the west side of Georgia, it starts getting like you said, planted pines, that kind of thing, like towards Alabama, that over there, like it is more agriculture. Than you go like more north, and then you're getting your cotton fields and your corn fields and your that kind of thing, hardwoods. Just depends on where you go in the state.
Yeah, so up around Madison, that's obviously up around Tallahassee area. It's much more. Not that there's no swamps. Okay, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a cypress swamp here and a cypress swamp there, or bottoms. You get a little hills. You get a little bit of hill action up there, and so you get little bottoms and things that the deer will walk through. But it's much more. You can hunt a pine flat. You can hunt those planted pine areas, those edges of those planted pine areas where they transition into crop or something else, and you can be really successful. Where down here, thinking of like Tosahatchee or Bull Creek, places like, you're talking about the thick stuff.
Oh yeah,
and the average guy that hasn't hunted here in Florida for very long.
He's intimidating.
It is. I mean, look at all the things that could potentially get you. Know, I mean, alligators. Rattlesnakes, moccasins. Heck, anymore, we got pythons starting to show up around here now.
Pythons, we got bull sharks here.
Bull sharks
in the cypress before too long. I mean, you got the wild pigs, you got bears, you got. I mean, anything and everything can get you.
And so getting into the thick stuff, the swamp, is like you say, it's intimidating.
It is.
But there are little oases inside of those areas.
They are.
And they're little deer oases, if you will. And the reason that the deer like to be so far back in the middle of that stuff is because nobody else is coming back there.
Right.
They got it all to themselves.
They feel the pressure, and then I mean, in the early season, you can get them on the outside. You can get them in the pine flats. You get them in the palmettos. That kind of thing, edges, stuff like that. But as pressure builds, I don't care where you go, as the pressure builds, they move further and further back. Yeah. And that's where they go. And a lot of times, like, I run dogs a lot. Well, a lot of times we will jump does in the pines and palmettos and all that stuff. We'll get a buck up occasionally. But to get that buck, you're going to go take your dogs and you go past all that, get them in that cypress, get them in that water. That buck's going to be laid up on a little tuft in there.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be but a 5x5 or a 4x4 tuft.
And it'll be just high enough to be out of the water and be dry.
Right, exactly. He gets up there just a little bit, and that's when dogs, like when they jump that, it's on like Donkey Kong, because it's so hot. You know what I mean? It's so fresh. He's not moving a whole lot. So when he does get up and go, he's going.
Yeah, and they can go when they want to go.
It amazes me how fast and quick they can get through something that looks like a jungle, tangled, nasty like mess. Like, you ever get a backlash in your fishing reel? Like that's what it looks like. And then you get back in the cypress head, it's like, oh,
yeah.
But yeah, so they get back in that cypress head, because it's always pretty. Let's say 90% of the time, before you get that cypress head, there's like a wall around it. A lot of times, and it's just vines and all that, and that's what they go to. They go to there, and then they can slip out, feed, come right back. And a lot of times they have feed and stuff in that cypress pond. They got like all the native grasses that are growing in there.
All those little shoots, those little fresh things that they're succulent and easy to chew.
How many we've taken out of those places and process them and open them up just to see what they're eating. And they have lilies in them. They have dollar weed in them. They have
it's crazy
grasses, all kind of stuff.
Yep.
So it's amazing what they can live through. What they live in.
That's neat. Well, let's go to the phone lines. Who have we got on the line this morning? Hello.
Good morning.
Oh, hey, it's Lisa from CCA. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, bright and early this morning.
Yeah. Are you out for out for a walk, or are you launching the boat?
Yes, I am out for a walk.
Good
I guess
deal.
You can tell that by the shortness of breath I have.
Well, and I heard some crows in the background.
Well, I was
didn't
thinking
hear.
maybe she had just caught a big fish. She was
I
out of
was
breath.
well. I was thinking maybe she
Yeah.
was going out there to feed the
This is-
turkeys or something.
4-mile trek every morning. So, yep, we try to stay in shape, and you got to be in shape to bring those fish in and to haul them around and to do all that we do.
And chase
And,
those turkeys and drag those deers.
Yeah. That's about the time of the year, getting close.
It is.
Getting close, but what's getting really close is the end of the CCA Florida Star Competition presented by Yamaha. This is the last weekend, guys. Last weekend.
Lisa, it is so cool that this tournament goes on for as long as it does, and it's not over until the last second of
That's
this
correct.
weekend.
We talking about the tagged redfish?
Tagged redfish.
My buddy got one.
Did he?
Yeah, but he wasn't a part of it.
So there's another one,
his,
Lisa.
His client actually caught it, and then
What?
he wouldn't tell me where it was.
I got Captain Matt Lee in this morning. Did he report it in?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So I hear someone else caught one?
He did. Well, his client caught one, and he wouldn't tell me where it was, so I could go back and fish it. But he did.
Somebody needs
He went and signed up.
to get their clients registered and get out there before Monday at sunset, because
He's out there doing it
still
now.
have.
He wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me where it was, because I'd be out there all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly. 19 baits in the water.
Sorry.
It looked like a spider rig for speckled perch, except you're out on the flat looking for the redfish.
I've already got my design looking on my boat for all that anyway. The big old cane poles all over the place.
I have to tell you, people do that, and actually we've had 2 winners because of that. They actually had seen somebody else and knew where they had caught that fish, and they went there and actually they went there every single day fishing, and I think it was like 5 days after they started fishing there, they wound up catching that fish and won a brand new contender. So
Wow.
this year you have the choice of 2 Carolina Skiff 24E DLX center consoles with 115 Yamaha. You have a Seaborn center console 22 with a 250 Yamaha. You have a Spider Vapor 19FX with a 115. And then you also have that really cool microdraft skiff with a 115, all of them sitting on a trailer. They're available. Someone's just got to be registered and a CCA member when they hook and land that fish.
Won't it be cool, Lisa, if somebody listening to this show that has no idea that CCA has a star tournament, that this tournament is going through the end of the weekend, and they go and they listen to this show this morning and they go register, and then this afternoon or tomorrow morning or even Monday, they actually catch one of those tagged redfish.
Might as well go play the lottery too,
and get to tell their story about it at
awesome.
the CCA banquet on October the 18th.
That would be cool.
The stories that you hear from the people who catch these fish and win these boats are incredible. And many of them tell me that it's almost a life-changing situation for a lot of them. They may not keep the boat, but they sell the boat. Then it's a down payment on a brand new house. All of the different things that can happen. They actually they get themselves out of debt. They send their kids to college. I mean, there are so many cool things about winning this brand new boat. Any one of the 5. But you have to remember, and just as Jim said, it's not just a tagged redfish. Any fish that you catch, whether it's an offshore species or an inshore species, you just take a photograph of it with the identifier. You can pick those up at Strike Zone, at Academy, at West Marine, all the different locations. You can pick them up. You take a picture, submit it through the app, and we do a random drawing. So it's not the biggest fish. And you have 3 fish a day you can enter in the inshore division 3 fish a day, you can enter in the offshore division. They do have to be different species, so you kind of have to be cognizant of that. But, even for those people who catch catfish or ladyfish or jacks, enter them in the power pole conservation division, and you have a shot at winning power poles and really cool product from our sponsors. So it's just a great opportunity. And Jim, you were right. We have the award ceremony coming over on the East Coast this year to Cocoa at the Space Coast Convention Center. That's October the 18th. And even if you win a prize, you can still come to the banquet. You can get a ticket, and you're a winner anyway, because the gift bags that you get when you come to this, you get a brand new shirt, you get all kinds of cool product from our sponsors. So it's well worth the ticket coming over, open bar, dinner. I mean, it's really a great opportunity.
Well, I'm just really excited that it's back over here on the Space Coast again, because it's obviously close to most of the listeners of this particular program. And so we can all show up and have a good time at the Star Tournament.
Dad and Jim doesn't have to drive very far.
And get them there, get to meet you in person. There's just so many. There'll be other fishing celebrities there. Blair Wiggins will be there. There's a lot of different people that are going to be there. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to award a lot of prizes. There's great raffles. And then one of the most amazing happenings at the award ceremony is we award 12 youth college scholarships, which will round out over $1 million in college scholarships in the STAR competition.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yes. I mean, 2 $25,000 scholarships, one from Guy Harvey Foundation, the other from Real Tree Fishing, Academy Sports and Outdoors. You have one that is from your Florida Sport Fishing Association Fishing Club right there. They do a $5,000 scholarship from kids from your area.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of community support for it. That's
when
awesome.
Is this?
October 18th.
October 18th.
October the 18th. You'll be able to go purchase tickets online at the ccaflstar.com website. Those will be up for sale after September the 4th. And one more thing you cannot forget, our triple header raffle. And how can you forget it? It's all over the social media.
Yep.
Our triple header raffle is one of the biggest raffles that CCA has ever done. 3 boats, 3 winners. The drawing will be September the 4th. The tickets are only $50. $50, and all those early bird registrations for Star received tickets. So it's really very cool. They'll get the opportunity to win either a Pathfinder 2400 TRS, a Spider Vapor, or a Carolina Skiff 16 JVS. That has a 90 horsepower Yamaha on it. The Spider has a 115, and oh my gosh, the Pathfinder 2400 has a 300 Yamaha on it, and it is just the Mac Daddy boat.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
Can I borrow $50, Jim?
Well, Lisa, we appreciate you calling in this morning during the middle of your workout. Hopefully you see lots of great things on your walk this morning, and we look forward to seeing you. If I don't see you before then, I look forward to seeing you on the 18th of October.
Yep, we'll see you on the 18th, and thank you, everybody. Have a safe Labor Day weekend.
Thanks so much, Lisa. All righty. Bye-bye now. Hey, gang, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more after this, so don't go away. Catch a Memory is going to be right back.
Boaters Exchange is your one-stop boating center with locations in Rockledge and New Smyrna Beach. We're family-owned, offering new and used boat sales, consignment boats, 5-star Yamaha and Mercury service, marine electronics, accessory installs, boat detailing, repowers, and more. Stop by and check out our awesome selection of fishing boats, bay boats, deck boats, pontoons, and runabouts. We've selected the best brands, including Everglades, Cobia, Pathfinder, Hughes Maverick, Yamaha Jets, Abbott Aluminums, and Bennington Pontoons. Already have a boat? Stop by Boaters Exchange and check out our ship store, or drop off for your annual service by one of our certified techs. Boaters Exchange is locally owned with a passion for our Indian River Lagoon. Find us on social media. our website, or call or text us at 321-638-0090. We love to see you both.
Assassin, the most trusted name in bass fishing lures, is now the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook hammer the saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. With its amazing swimming action, this lure sets the bar for swim bait designs. Other companies continue to try, but none have been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. I like the native shiner colored 5-inch shad Assassin. That's my go-to lure when I'm targeting big gator trout. Redfish love the drunk monkey or the mudbug colored 4-inch Assassin shrimp cocktail. And you can rig these on a weedless worm hook or the amazing Assassin spring-lock jig head. Now, these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish, and you can get them at your local tackle store or go to bassassassin.com and get some of these fantastic lures for yourself today. Starbright Premium Marine Polish helps keep your boat looking great. This easy-to-apply premium polish uses polymers instead of wax, so it lasts up to 3 times longer than traditional boat wax. The polymers in Starbright Premium Marine Polish are also easier to apply, block UV rays better, and help keep fish blood, slime, and poop and other stuff from sticking to your gel coat. Starbright Premium Marine Polish isn't a wax, it's a sealer. It's safe for all fiberglass, paints, and polished metals. You won't believe how awesome Starbright Premium Marine Polish will make your car or truck look too. Wax is for surfboards, not boats. Protect your boat with Starbright. Welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch a Memory Outdoors. Captain Matt Lee is in the studio with me this morning. I'm Captain Jim Ross for those of you that are just joining the show. We're going to the phone lines. We got Captain Mike Mann on the line this morning. What's going on out there, Mikey?
Good morning, Cap.
Good morning, Jimmy, Matt. How you guys doing this morning?
Absolutely
Great.
fantastic.
Thank you, buddy, for asking.
Hey, you know what starts this weekend?
I know exactly what starts this weekend. Snook season.
No! Football! College football! Georgia Bulldogs!
Football's already
And
started.
Football
season.
started, man. I
Football's
seen
already started last
football
night.
on TV, but Snook season
Yep.
starts on Monday, so guess what?
Yeah. Yeah, nothing like a Labor Day snook season starting.
Did you watch the Auburn Baylor game last night?
No, why would I watch Auburn and Baylor? I watched Georgia
just because
Tech.
it's something on TV other than you do. It's all good.
You remember he's Go Dogs.
I know he's a go roof guy.
And so I'll pull for Georgia Tech. I'll pull for Auburn if they're not playing us. But no, I watched some of the Tech Colorado game, which was pretty nice to see Tech beating up on Colorado a little bit. But then I fell asleep, so I don't know what the final
Oh,
outcome
really?
was.
So my buddy Johnny Gay is going to he'll be happy because he's a Georgia Tech grad.
Well, today's the Alabama and FSU, so I hope we got Alabama wins.
Well, there's going to be a bunch of family fun.
If they lose,
there.
I'm an FSU fan. Okay,
That's why I said what I
Well,
said.
I wouldn't say. If I'm going to follow a college team, that's the college team that I follow. I'm not really. I don't even know who the quarterback is. I couldn't tell you who the coach is. Okay, that's how little I pay attention to it. But as far as all of the college teams, I'm a Florida State fan,
I just like
and I think
SEC
it goes
football,
back
to be honest
to
with
the 90s when they were so solid and just
Bobby.
when Bobby was there
Yeah,
and
he was
just
a good coach.
yeah and but like I said, I couldn't even tell you who the coach is right now, so I'm that kind of fan. But having said that, it's that's my team. If I'm gonna root for somebody, that's my team. Good, bad, indifferent. It's kind of like being a Dallas Cowboys fan.
In the closet.
Oh, yeah.
When you're in the closet.
In the closet, you're killing me.
You know, the worst thing about being a Dallas Cowboys fan is you tend to end up, when you jump up thinking they scored, you sprain your ankle when your high heels twist.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one right there, buddy. Somebody had his donuts today.
Oh, and you knock your Bud Light over.
That's
oh
right.
My God. Oh, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me.
Oh,
Let's
man.
talk about fishing. It's, we're starting to finally feel a little bit of coolness in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, it's 87. I go, yeah, it's not 92.
Exactly.
Not 94.
That's exactly right, Mike. I was thinking that the other evening. I was still swatting mosquitoes. I was still sweating, but it wasn't dripping off to me to the point where I was wiping it off my brow. You know?
Oh yeah,
You'd have to rush.
I mean, I'm sitting in my truck right now at 75 degrees.
Yeah,
You know,
so like 2 weeks ago, I was thinking about going to the mailbox. It was like lunchtime. I'm like, nah,
thanks.
nah, I'm gonna wait.
No.
I'm just
Maybe
not.
it'll grow legs and come to me.
No, somebody else can pick the mail
I
up, or
heard
I'll
that.
wait until 7 o'clock tonight, and then I'll go get it.
Yeah, but even at 7
Yeah,
o'clock,
you
it was
know,
still 107.
So with that being
But it wasn't
said,
117.
yeah, I
you know?
heard that.
you know what? With that being said, though, what that kind of starts to trigger,
Black drum.
that starts to trigger that mullet run.
Yeah.
I don't know what. To be honest with you, I have no idea what kind of mullet run we're going to have this year, because I haven't seen a lot of mullet.
Well,
So
if it's like it was in August, and the fish that were moving north up the beach, and kind of pooling around between Cocoa Beach ish and Playa Linda, I'm excited for it. If
we talking about finger mullet? Or we talking roe mullet?
I'm talking about silvers. I'm talking about tarpon candy, those 8 to 10 inch silvers.
Maybe I can talk Mike into taking me back out again for a tarpon.
Yeah, I have not seen any fingerlings. Mike's thinking Mike. I know Mike's talking fingerlings, but we've had that August time
I'm
frame.
talking
They're
the
moving
silvers.
north.
I'm talking the silvers and the stripes.
Yeah, they've been here now. I haven't been out much in the last 2 weeks. I've mainly been in the lagoon system.
I can tell you where they are. They're on the outside of every school, little school of redfish you can find. Because by the time you get to them, those redfish are nervous because there's so many mullet in there.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy.
Acting like a sentry. Yeah.
But it wasn't like our mullet run this year that we normally have the finger mullet in the lagoon. We never had that. We never had it.
Well, it's coming. It's coming.
We should have had it.
Did
already.
they go? But didn't they go north in April and May? I mean, didn't you have them then?
I don't.
Very little. Very little. We had a few. We had a few good pushes in April and May.
But then it was done.
But our water turned so dirty in April. So I don't know if they were bypassing us, if they were just staying down low, in the water column. So I don't know.
Like normally when I come in here and we talk about trout fishing and stuff like that, like I tell and Mike will tell you too, like that's what we look for. We look for all the big schools of mullet.
Find those big,
they weren't
big
there.
areas of flat that are just covered with
They
mullet.
weren't there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't
you
know
haven't been seeing those in the Mosquito Lagoon, and catching bait. To be honest with you, in the morning for tarpon, I've got a few places, thank God, that hold up pretty well, so I'm able to get bait fairly easy. But if I'm not picking up at two of my normal ramps, man, it's a struggle to find bait. Sometimes I'm running back down, to other places to get my bait and then run back up. So but the flip side, we've had more pogies than I've seen in years. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw this many pogies on the beach that we've had all summer.
Well, the other thing we didn't have either is that bioluminescence up near us either.
Yeah, we had no bioluminescence. We've had a lot of shrimp, though.
A lot of shrimp.
But not as much bioluminescence. So I wonder if the Cocoa Beach area's got bioluminescence in it.
I heard that down here it has bioluminescence, but I don't know that for a fact. But I know that, we didn't get a lick of it up there. But like Mike said, though, the shrimp has been crazy. You can drive down the Intercoastal or wherever and just see shrimp popping all over the place. Jumping out of the water and stuff.
I've been catching a lot of shrimp, throwing the cast net for mullet, and coming up with, a half dozen, a dozen, sometimes 2 dozen shrimp mixed in with them over, 4 or 5 casts. They're not eating shrimp, but they're good fishing shrimp.
Heck yeah, man! They didn't get trucked all the way from Hernando all the way across the state in a sack.
Right.
So
that was
nice
another thing.
fresh.
The bait shops, they had when we had to go to the bait shops to get shrimp because we couldn't get anything else. Like their shrimp have been really good this year because they're all local.
Yeah, interesting.
They've been really good.
Interesting. Well, Bud, we're up against our break. Obviously the bite's been halfway decent, but you're going to be gone for just a little bit, doing some key stuff, and then you're coming back. Have you got
gone? Yeah, I'm gone this whole week. I get back next weekend, and then I've got a lot of days open. This is a great time for tarpon fishing. If you want to get out there and tarpon fish or snook fish, you can give me a call at area code 386 295-5991. You can go right to my website, book a day off of it at fatfishguide.com. You can follow me on Instagram, CAPT Mike Mann with 2 N's, and the same thing on Facebook, guys. Get out there and catch a memory and have a safe Labor Day weekend.
Hey, Mike, real quick before we let you go, you know, you were mentioning the tarpon and snook. So right now, with the weather starting to cool down just a little bit, now's the time to book a full day instead of a half day and catch both species.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing to do because, you know, especially this past week, even in the middle of the day, the tarpon were good in the Indian River. So it didn't matter. You didn't have to be out there at the crack of daylight, you know, to get them. They were biting right through the middle of the day. So, you know, now's the time to, you know, everybody looks at that 4-hour trip because it's kind of hot, but it's starting to cool down now. Get you a 6 or an 8-hour trip. It's time of year to do that. Well, buddy, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I was going to say September, October is some of my favorite fishing. And we haven't had great fishing last few years because we've had hurricanes. So right now there's nothing on the horizon. Let's go catch some fish.
Exactly, buddy. Will you take care?
And I want to say this week we lost a legend.
We did. Yeah.
Flip.
Yep.
We did.
We lost Flip.
My prayers go to Diane and the rest of the Pallet family. And guys, get out there and catch some fish and think about Flip.
We'll do that, buddy. Appreciate it and have a safe trip.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye now. Hey, gang, we got to take our next break. When we come back, Captain Matt Lee and myself will be right back after these messages. We love to kick back and relax at either of their waterfront locations with a cool tropical frozen drink and some of the freshest island-style seafood around. Grills is known for its fantastic food quality, like their bacon-wrapped scallops, shrimp Cuban sandwich, or one-of-a-kind Bahamian fish chowder. The Tiki Deck features some of the area's best local bands throughout the week, plus Grills has a fantastic breakfast menu, too. Chill out at Grills' original location in the Cove at Port Canaveral, right next to Sunrise Marina, or check out Grills' Riverside location on Highway US 1, just north of the Pineda Causeway. Go to www.grillsseafood.com for more information, and remember, it all happens at Grills. Anheuser-Busch and your local Bud and Bud Light distributor, Carroll Distributing, are at it again. For the past 15 years, they've been partnered with Folds of Honor, and this year, Carroll Distributing will be donating an additional $1 for every case sold from these two iconic brands in their American Beers for American Heroes promotion. To date, that accounts for over $33 million to help those who have lost loved ones in our armed forces, police, and firefighting communities with scholarship opportunities. Now through September 1st, you can buy a case to help a family in need. So what are you waiting for? Pick up a case or two today. Nobody likes to pay for insurance, but you have to have it. So do what I did. Go to Petrucci Insurance. They're your local independent insurance agent, and they're here to make sure you get the right policy to fit your insurance needs at the best price available. I gave Petrucci Insurance a call. They reviewed my current policy and saved me $700 on my home insurance alone. Plus, Petrucci found me better coverage than the policy I had with my other company that I'd been with for years. Don't waste money another day. Call Petrucci Insurance at 321-632-1200. That's 321-632-1200. And stop wasting money on your home, car, boat, and life insurance today. Trailer problems can be a real day breaker. When you need to go to the area's best trailer supply and repair shop, try Ferguson's. Family owned and operated since 1954 and located on Highway 192 in West Melbourne, Ferguson's has a huge supply of trailer tires, wheels, axles, lights, jacks, and other trailer parts in stock. If you're not a do-it-yourselfer, stop by and pick up the parts you need. If not, let their expert staff do the repairs for you. Ferguson's also installs electric brake controllers, trailer hitches, and goosenecks. They have a full line of automotive and marine interstate batteries. So if you need a trailer maintenance, repair part, or a new Continental boat trailer, go to the best trailer shop on the Space Coast, Ferguson's. Check them out at fergusonstrailersupply.com or call their shop at 321-723-5425. Hey guys and gals, welcome back. This segment of the show is brought to you by Direct Graphics. If you're looking for any kind of stickers, shirts, if you need a boat wrap, you need a truck wrap, you need something done like that to help promote your business, or you just want to do some stuff for yourself, you just want to jazz your boat up, you don't like the color of it, you want to change the color, put a put some graphics on it, that kind of thing, call Direct Graphics over in Cocoa. They not only can design it, but they can print it and install it for you. All of our Catch a Memory stuff is done over there. And of course, if you guys and gals have seen some of that stuff, you know what kind of a job they do. It's really, really good quality work. Give them a call, 321-631-1001. That's 631-1001, and you can get them right there at Direct Graphics. We're going to go to the phone lines. We got Cap Michael calling in from the Keys this morning. Good morning, buddy.
Morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing good, doing good. What's going on in the Keys? Are you guys fighting the wind and the rain, or is it nice there this morning?
It's spotty. We drive around our rainstorms here in the lower Keys. I'm in Big Pine, so we drive around our storms. So we do a lot of radar looking as we're going in and out and moving around. But no, the fishing's been really, really good. The bottom fishing, the snapper fishing this year, just like I have a home also in the Tampa Bay area, and the fishing has been tremendous. The mangrove snapper, this has been both not only in the Gulf of Mexico, but on the Atlantic side, the year of the mangrove snapper. I mean, we're getting 6, 7, 8 pounders consistently.
Wow, those are really nice snapper.
And we're getting them, and you'd be surprised, we're getting them anywhere from 65 foot to 165 foot. We're getting really good mangrove snapper. We're getting a lot of muttons too. Always putting out a couple rods with those 20, 25 foot leaders. They really seem to love a ballyhoo with its tail cut off and the beak broken off. Don't know why they love it, but they do. And if you can get you some fresh ballyhoo and set it up, that big long leader, and you're over some good bottom, you're most likely going to get yourself a couple shots at a good mutton, and I'm talking 10 plus pounders right now.
Really nice fish. Now, Mike, how obviously those other two species are there all the time, but I know a lot of the guys, especially guys that come from up here, when they go down there, they'll get a charter or they'll bring their own boat, and they do a lot of yellowtailing. How's the yellowtail been this year?
Well, they're everywhere. The yellowtailing, I should say it's been the year of the snapper, because the yellowtailing's been real good. We're getting, I take out 6 clients, and if they want to get their yellowtail and mahi, those two, we can be done. If that's all they wanted, we could be done in about 3 hours if that's all they wanted to catch. And we're talking there's big yellowtails. There's some 4, 5, 6 pounders mixed in with your standard keeper 2, 3 pounders.
Nice.
So it's been a fantastic summer. The heat, it's still here. I heard you talking about the heat, and it's brutal. And we go out early, and I usually try to tell people we'll do a split day. We'll come in. My home is not far from the marina. I'll invite the people over. We cool off, maybe go to a place, have a little lunch or something, and then go back out. But the heat between the hours of 10:30, 11 in the morning and 2:33 in the afternoon is it's brutal.
Yeah, it can be pretty tough. It sure can. That's
I heard you guys.
That's why we like this fall we're coming into.
Oh, absolutely. The pelagic species, the blackfin tunas, your kingfish, all your billfish, wahoo. This water cools off just a few more degrees. We're going to see a steady run of your pelagics, along with some cobia mixed in. So we're getting ready to have even more magical time of year. I heard you guys talking on the open mic about Flip Pallet, and God bless.
Yeah,
I was blessed enough to meet him many times, and I even have, and I won this from an auction many years ago. He was famous for altering push poles and putting a guava root foot on a push pole. I won one that he had done, and I still have it. Now, I'm not an inshore guy by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say that thing is hanging in my garage, and it won't come down. I've had people try to buy it from me, and if you know, he did a show with C.A. Richardson. C.A. had him do one.
Yeah.
And it's on C.A.'s thing. So if you ever want to see Flip do something, alter something, watch him take a couple $1,000 push pull and watch the look on CA's face.
Oh, I saw that episode. Yep.
Yeah, when he cuts that off. But and the last thing I'll say that you were also talking about open mic, other than being a charter captain, I'm a registered nurse. And I do nurse, keeps my insurance up. And I agree with you guys. A lot of mistakes are made in the healthcare industry that we end up paying for nurses, doctors, patients, and it's sad that he passed away during a surgery. I hate to hear that and all that, but you know, it just happens, and God bless. But no, the fishing's been fantastic in the Keys, and people, it's going to just keep getting better and better as this water cools off. And I understand, Jim, that you're going to have a visitor from the Tampa Bay area fishing with you for a TV show soon. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I believe Captain Mike Anderson's going to come over, and we're going to go see if we can maybe catch some pinfish or maybe some hardhead cats, or we'll find something to catch.
Mike is a very, very, very good friend of mine, and I call into his show from the Keys and from the Tampa Bay area when I'm up that way. So
yeah, Mike is an awesome guy. We were, I was walking through the Miami show, and he was sitting in one of the Contender boats. He was helping promote the Contender product, and he's like, hey, and he starts yelling at me, hey, come over here. So like, hey man, what's going on? I hadn't seen him in it's probably been a year and a half since I'd seen him, and he's like, we just, it's like old friends, old coming home. You just start chatting, and all of a sudden an hour's gone by, and you don't realize it.
Kind of radio show.
But it's exactly kind of like this radio show.
We say it every time.
He's like, man, he goes, I have not been back over there to fish with you in like 8 or 9 years. He goes, we got to go shoot another show, and I'm like, let's go. I said, what do you want to try for? And he says, man, he goes, I'd really like to experience this mullet run thing that you keep talking about. And I said, well. Second or third week of September is when we need to look at. That's typically when it's kind of at the peak, and you can watch the snook and the tarpon and the sharks just turning cartwheels through the middle of the mullet pods, and it makes for some really, really good, good footage, really good footage.
Yeah,
and
I've done that the last couple of years. I brought my Contender up and done that the last couple of years, and the first year I did it without any clients because I'd never done it.
Yeah.
And wanted to learn it and put some locals that knew about it on the boat. And man, that is a blast, man. Just watching that. I could sit there and watch what was going on versus just catching everything. I mean, the show that you get to see along with fishing is unbelievable.
It truly is.
Unbelievable.
It truly is. Well, buddy, between now and say Thanksgiving is going to be a really good time to be fishing in the Keys. How does somebody get a hold of you and come down there and do that with you?
Sure. It's 813-434-8086, and it's CaptainMichael47gmail.com. Or if you miss that number, you can call 1-866-GAMEFISH, and that's the real animals. That's Mike Anderson himself, and he'll shoot you our way or shoot you. If you guys... Anybody on the East Coast wants to go over to the Tampa Bay area, from Tampa Bay all the way up to Homosassa, Crystal River, he can hook you up with that too. So,
definitely, definitely.
Lots of good fishing all over the state. So we're looking forward to cooler weather and football season and having a great rest of our year.
Well, we appreciate the call and the report from the Keys this morning, and you have a great weekend, a great safe weekend, and look forward to hearing back from you sometime soon and in the next few weeks and see what else you've been catching.
No problem, guys. You take care. Stay safe, tight lines. God bless from the Florida Keys.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
Hey, guys and gals, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, Captain Matt Lee and myself, Jim Ross, have got a whole lot more catching memory, so don't go away. We're going to be right back after these messages. Lures from No Live Bait Needed, Rapala, Mirror Lure, and Saltwater Assassin, and one of the largest selections of coolers and boating supplies in the entire state. Well, Ace Hardware in Titusville, that's who. Ace in Titusville is your one-stop shop for all of the fishing and boating supplies you'll need. Ace is just minutes away from the Titusville boat ramps, and their parking lot allows you to get in and out even when you're trailering your boat. Check out the largest selection of fishing and boating gear in the northern Space Coast area at Ace Hardware in Titusville on US 1.
If you listen to this show, you know Captain Jim Ross is a leading authority on light tackle fishing on Florida's Space Coast. Jim grew up on the banks of the Indian River Lagoon and has been a full-time fishing guide for almost 30 years. In that time, Jim's clients have landed over 30,000 trout, redfish, snook, and tarpon from our local waters. So if you're looking for an experienced fishing guide to take you on your next fishing adventure, book a trip with Captain Jim Ross. Just go to finelinefishingcharters.com to book your next trip with Captain Jim and get ready to catch your next
American Beers for American Heroes. Carroll Distributing, with each case of Bud and Bud Light sold, will donate $1 per case in honor of the last 15 years of partnership with Folds of Honor. For the past 15 years, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised over $33 million to support scholarships for the families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. Show your support for those who have given their all on the front lines to make this country great. Buy some
Hey,
Bud
let me tell you
or
about
Bud Light
Realtor
today.
Daniel Hart. He's a guy that really cares about helping his community and our local lagoons. Daniel has already donated thousands of dollars to the Indian River Lagoon Clam Restoration Project from the proceeds of property he sells, and he continues to do this every time he helps one of you buy or sell a property. This makes a huge impact each year for the water quality of our lagoons. Daniel is also passionate about first responders throughout his community. Through his Heroes Real Estate Group, Heroes Rebate Program, Daniel has personally donated over $70,000 to help police, firefighters, veterans, and even school teachers by returning money to them from the purchases of their homes. Going above and beyond for you is what Realtor Daniel Hart is all about. If you're buying or selling a property, call Realtor Daniel Hart to help. Daniel can be reached at 407-247-3894. Hey guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch Your Memory Outdoors. This segment of the show is brought to you by Engel Coolers. And if you haven't checked out Engel Coolers, man, it's just so much to see there. Go to the website, just kind of sniff around a little bit, and you're going to find something that you can't live without. Trust me. It's just a great product line, and man, they just last forever. So stop in and check them out there at englecoolers.com. Let's do the fishing and boating conditions real quick, Matt. Fishing and boating from Ponce to Sebastian this morning. Southwest about 5 knots, and then switching to southeast at 5 to 10 by the afternoon. Seas inside of 20 miles are supposed to be right around 2 feet, and for the most part they are right now, with a dominant period of somewhere in that, well, it just depends, 4 to 8 seconds. It depends on how the wind's blowing, what direction it's blowing, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. There's no real set rhyme or reason to it. The 13-mile buoy out of Ponce right now, 84-degree water temp. It's actually 3 foot at 5 seconds this morning, but it should be calming down. There's some storms up in that particular area, kind of kicking things up just a little bit. And then at the 4-mile buoy out of Port Canaveral, water temperature is 85. Seas are 2 feet at 4 seconds. At the 20-mile buoy, the water temperature is all the way up to 87 degrees right now, and seas are 2 feet at 7 seconds there. And then the current conditions at the 6-mile buoy out of Fort Pierce are 86-degree water temp. But down there, because there's not as many storms around, it's only 1 foot at 13 seconds right now. Western edge of the Gulf Stream is currently right around 42 nautical miles out of Ponce, 32 out of Canaveral, and then 26 out of Sebastian. And the surf temps at Ponce are 85, Cocoa Beach 86, and Sebastian 85. Tides look like this. We had a low tide just a little while ago. Actually, it's been almost an hour ago, at 7:05 a.m. this morning at the port, and then a high this afternoon at 1:33 p.m., and then a low this evening at 8:01 p.m. And then the tides down at Sebastian, the low was at around 7:14 a.m., so you've got a little while before the tide actually changes, the current changes inside the inlet. You've got about an hour and a half before that happens. The high tide is at 1:28 p.m., and then the low is at 7:43 p.m. Solar tables, which are the best times to hunt and fish, presented by All About Archery down in Melbourne. The major is at 5:48 to 7:48 p.m. this evening. And the minor is right there in the middle of the day, right around 1:10 to 2:10 p.m. Looking forward to maybe getting out here, I don't know, maybe tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping to maybe get out and look around, see if we can shish kebab a pig. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Depends on what the weather's doing, but we'll see.
Sounds good to me.
We will see. Matt, I got some new baits here. I wanted to show you something. Actually, I was going to give you a couple of these. It's a brand new bait from Assassin, and they call it a bang bug. And it looks like a creature bait. It looks like something you'd put like on a flipping rig or behind a chatterbait, something like that. And so for the guys that are using it in freshwater, they're even Carolina rigging them. They're doing all kinds of different things with them.
I like that pumpkin.
Yeah, and these are just a couple of the samples that they sent me. They come in like 25 different colors. But this little bang bug kind of has the silhouette of a mullet. It's kind of long and thin, mud minnow or mullet, but it's got a double tail on it, and those things kick like crazy. Those little edges that they put on the back ends of the two tails make that thing just swim like this. Like it's the craziest looking swimming action, and it
look good.
It really looks good in the water.
They do.
So, long story short, we're gonna see here. You keep these,
all right,
and I'll keep these two that I pulled out of the pack that I've got to, and I'm gonna give them a try this coming week. But I was talking with Robin about it, Robin Shiver, owner of Bass Assassin, and he was saying that one of the guys, Clint, Cole, I don't remember the guy's name. Anyway, he's one of the bass guys, the BASS professional guys that Assassin supports. He was fishing Orange Lake the other day, just with some clients, and the man and the woman were had him throwing shiners. Typically, it's a shiner kind of a bite this time of the year, and they were getting a couple of bites. Had a couple of fish, and then the gentleman said, "Hey, can I throw an artificial or something?" He goes, "Yeah, let's try this." So he threw a Carolina rig, put a worm on, Carolina rig, and they caught a couple of bass that way. And this guy, the captain, thought to himself, "Hey, I'm going to put one of these bang bugs on this Carolina rig and just see what happens." Well, apparently that was the trick, because they ended up catching 30 more fish on a Carolina rig with that tail.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's got. I can already tell you, I haven't even used one or even seen one until you just showed it to me. But I mean, I'm thinking right there, like that would look good on the back of a popping cork. Personally.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Robin's telling me with this new bang bug, what they can do is you can just rig it with an offset worm hook, and then you can reel it along the top, and it kicks like a little buzz bait.
Oh,
and it makes a little commotion on top. So you can use it, if there's grass floating, but you want to create a little commotion.
Yeah.
Good for that. Chatterbait trailer, spinnerbait trailer, punching through hydrilla and mats like around the bases of the cattails, like you would if you were punching or flipping, and just it looks like a pretty cool bait overall.
Yeah,
I'm really excited. I want to get it out and
I'll try it.
I'm going to cast. This white one. What's the name? What's this color?
Silver Ghost.
Silver Ghost. So to me, this kind of looks like a ghost crab. I want to go throw this along the shoreline first thing in the morning, and see if the snook and redfish will pick it up on the around the edges of the surf, and I don't know. It just looks pretty cool. Anyway, the new bang bug from Assassin. We'll have more. We'll do some follow up on that.
I'll call in next after I do my next trip, and I'll throw one of those on.
Just see what it does.
Yeah, see what it does.
Can't hurt, right?
Can't hurt nothing.
Yeah. And obviously there's a whole lot more colors to choose from.
Of course.
Like to me, an avocado green with a red flake would be a good one. Maybe something that's.
If you got that watermelon one looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some purple on it. Looks good, but that silver ghost looks good too. Because a lot of our shrimp are silver and white,
real transparent.
Real clear, yeah.
So I'll have to look at all the different colors and check it out. But like I said, there's like 24, 25 colors that this new bait comes in. But it's the bang bug from Bass Assassin.
Maybe the new ticket.
Maybe. So something they haven't seen before.
Maybe we shouldn't tell anybody about it. Just keep it for ourselves.
Especially if it starts catching the big one,
that.
So
we're not throwing these bang bugs at all. No,
not throwing these things.
I'll get on there later and look at the colors.
Yeah,
and and go from there. But I'll definitely try it, and I'll try it now.
So we were talking about hunting because hunting season's coming. Okay. Obviously, getting the opportunity to go to different places and hunt in different places is always a lot of fun. But there's, you do a lot of hunting right here in your backyard too. Right here at home. There's plenty of places for you to run your dogs and do all that sorts of things. Have you doing any prepping for that this year, or are you just primarily targeting that Georgia property that you have?
So I hunt with buddies down here. I don't have an actual club down here. My buddies are already feeding and stuff, and they've been feeding for a couple months now, and we've watched them on camera go from spikes to 8s to 10s, whatever, all the way up. We've also watched them go from velvet into hardhorns, and we're also watching them go. So we're starting to chase a little bit.
Okay, so did they do that about 2 or 3 weeks ago? They started stripping their velvet.
Yes, they did.
Okay, because I was we had a church function last night. Had a social dinner, and one of those potluck. Everybody brings something kind of things. And I was talking with one of the fellas there, Rick, and he was showing me pictures. His deer in Georgia. He's got a lease in Georgia as well, and he was showing me pictures like real time. It was his camera's just bing, bing, bing as the deer are walking around in front of the camera. And he had deer that were hard-horned, but he still had one buck that was still in velvet.
We've got.
And he looked like he was a 7 or an 8.
Like that one was taken a couple days ago. He's hard-horned.
Oh yeah,
that's in Georgia. And then just you can flick either way. I think it's left or right. Or left or right. But yeah, we've got mixture. Man, we've got bucks already in hard-horn. We've got still a few in velvet.
But that first he's wide.
Yeah, he's real wide. But there's also some really good ones.
I mean,
aren't as wide and he's taller.
His ears are flat, and his horns are outside his ears. They are his ears aren't up.
No, he's
that's a decent one.
And
this one's high and tight right here.
It makes you wonder how they run through the woods so much.
What amazes me? You watch some of these elk videos. How in the heck does an elk walk? Period. Let alone through the woods.
They're all hard horn. But if you keep going back, you'll start seeing them get back in velvet. But this is just in the past couple of days.
They've stripped it down.
Yeah, about a week or so. But even down here, the ones we've got on camera down here, they, like I said, they've started to strip it off. Like I say, this one was taken August 18th, and he's in velvet.
He's full. Yeah.
And so is the other one. But yeah, we feed all year round. We do as much as we can all year because it's fun to go out there and run your trail or get trail camera pictures and put corn out. You can go and ride around the woods and see turkeys and deer and stuff like that. Like, it's just fun to.
So this year I fed year round on our place up in Oak Hill, and we're starting to see some turkeys come in there again. Hadn't seen them in 4 or 5 years, but this year saw some hens with some poults. So was kind of excited about that.
Absolutely.
And just need to get some more deer in there. Right now the deer have been really scarce around our area, so just gonna have to see what we can do about that. Well, guys and gals, Captain Matt and I are going to come right back with a whole nother hour of Catch Your Memory Outdoors after these messages, and we have got a whole lot to talk about, so don't go away. We're going to be right back after this. If you're a shooting enthusiast like I am, you have to check out the incredible lineup from Kel-Tec. Developed and made right here in Central Florida, Kel-Tec is a leading industry manufacturer of shotguns, rifles, pistols, and guess what? They're all chambered in common calibers that we all love to shoot. Whether you're a weekend plinker or you want some advanced personal carry or home protection options, Kel-Tec makes exactly what you need. Find a dealer near you or check out the entire line of Kel-Tec weapons, accessories, and apparel by going to keltecweapons.com. Your boat's upholstery looked great when it was new, but over time it gets dingy and stained. Starbright has the perfect combination for your problem. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner and Ultimate Vinyl Guard. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Cleaner won't dry or fade your vinyl. It has powerful cleaning agents that blast away fish blood, grease, road grime, and more without harmful chemicals that ruin your boat's vinyl. Starbright's Ultimate Vinyl Guard is like a sunblock for your boat's vinyl cushions. It restores moisture and shine to sun-bleached vinyl without being slippery. Plus, it blocks harmful UV rays and helps keep your vinyl cleaner longer. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard is great for plastic, rubber, and leather too. It's ideal protectant for trucks and cars as well. Use Ultimate Vinyl Guard on your car or truck dashboard, seats, and door panels. Heck, you can even use it on the sidewalls of your truck or trailer tires. Starbright Ultimate Vinyl Guard makes all your stuff look great.
Batten down the hatches. We've got another great hour with Captain Jim Ross and this week's special guest starting right now.
This hour of Catch a Memory Outdoors is presented by Bud and Bud Light from Carroll Distributing, a family-owned and operated distributor. Hey, guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in to the second hour of Catch a Memory Outdoors right here on WWBC 1510 AM. I tell you what, it's just, man, it's a crazy world, isn't it? Crazy.
I'm telling you, bud. I'm telling you.
Man, Matt was just showing me pictures of his backyard. Got does and bucks running all over the place. And
I have to show you this other one. It was taken last year.
But those are yard does, right? You can't shoot the yard does.
We don't shoot. My neighbor shoots them because he thinks he's a sportsman. But no, when you can literally walk outside and you go, "Hey, deer," and you shake a bag of corn, they come running to you. Like, it's not. Like, you might as well hit him in the head with a hammer.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be.
That's not hunting.
It's not sporting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand. I mean, kill a couple deer for your freezer or whatever you got to do, but it ain't me. But
is it just me, or you had a picture there of a friend of yours that sent a picture of a buck that was in Venetian Bay, just laying next to somebody's hedges or something, Is it just me, or are Florida deer growing better antlers now?
Here's a wild buck in my backyard.
Okay.
He was an 8-point. My dad called me up one day. He said, "Come down here in the golf cart and check this out. I'm in the horse barn."
Right.
And he was laid down there, and I didn't see him at first. And I got good eyes. And he was laid right next to a fallen down pine tree, and I didn't see him until he turned his head. I'm like, oh my God, he had a doe with him, and he had that doe out there in the pasture just bedded down. But yes, the deer are growing bigger horns. I totally agree, 100%. And I don't know if it's the amount of feed people are doing, or like proteins, or if it's just the management. Like,
well, up until a couple of years ago, it was kind of, if it's brown, it's down.
Well, that was because the law stated that you could shoot a cow and spike it like 3 inches.
Shoot anything, yeah.
Right.
But anything that walks past, you can shoot it, as long as it doesn't have spots.
Right, pretty much.
And now, then they came up with it's got to have, a little bit bigger.
It's got to have a 10-inch main beam or
well,
fork on one
now
side or something.
now it's got to have a little bit more to it. So, obviously, the deer are getting bigger, I think, because of, but it also seems to me that they're just simply growing more mass, and I don't know why.
Because they go and feed in these people's yards to get fertilized 7 times a week.
Yeah, maybe eating their hibiscus bush or their, whatever. Yeah, whatever, instead of some saw palmettos and and gallberries.
That's an amazing deer right there. He's only a big 8-point, but his G2s are 18, 19 inches long.
It's huge.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
And that's not the only picture they got of him. They've got him really walking in people's yards, like coming through the palmetto bushes and stuff like that. Think about it. A couple years ago, a boy killed one that wasn't too far. I think he was 23 points.
Wow.
Huge.
Now this is up around the Samsula area?
Yeah.
Really?
He was, they have him on camera and video all over the place. And boy killed him with a bow. And they wouldn't, from what I understand, don't correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but from what I understand, they would not let him go in the record book because the deer only had 1 testicle. He was an altered deer. Well, how he only had 1, I don't know if he got caught on a fence or a coyote ate it or whatever. I don't know. But this deer was in full velvet, and he was a monster. I'll see if I can get a picture later and I'll send it to you. But he was like 23 points, I think he was. Monster deer.
Holy cow.
Monster. And he for the area, he wasn't shy. He was in everybody's pastures and fields and woods and backyards.
He showed himself, yeah.
Absolutely. And then, there was another buck running with him that I saw that was a really good one. But, 23 points, and he was probably 20 inches inside.
20 inches inside spread, yeah.
Huge buck. But, yeah, because he only had 1 testicle, I guess, from what I understand, they wouldn't allow him to put it in the book.
I wonder, I don't know how, obviously, you don't know how that happens. But I guess it's the same thing as like the Big Rock tournament out of North Carolina. They had a marlin that came in that had got, I don't know, the prop. He got up in the prop or something. Something happened and it had a nick in it. It was damaged. Okay, it didn't come in unblemished.
Right.
And because of that, they disqualified the fish.
Right.
And it's not like a shark got it. It was, handling around the boat, and then
Yeah, but I mean, a marlin's going to do, especially a big marlin like that, he's going to do what he wants to do.
right. But I think it's one of those things. It's like the rules are the rules, and we can't bend. We can't bend them.
I mean, it wasn't like but the thing about it was a free range deer. It wasn't a captured deer.
It wasn't a high fence.
It wasn't a high fence. I mean, there was no high fences around. There was no, transferring of DNA. There was nothing of that. I mean, it was just because they said he had one testicle, he never would lose his horns because he didn't have enough testosterone to lose his horns, I guess, or something.
Oh, really?
That's what I was told. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but just saying that's what I understood. And that's what I heard, and then that's what he ended up killing. But I mean, regardless whether he's in the record book or not, I mean, that was a stud of a deer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sucks that you get
be proud to have him on the wall.
You know, and like I said, I mean, you watch these videos all the time on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. These big marlin, dude, 250, 300 pound man versus a 500-pound fish with a sword.
Yeah,
ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, if he runs up under the boat, he runs up under the boat. Like,
you can ask Kyle Weaver about that. Kyle has leadered a lot of big fish.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
it's amazing though,
and it's still
he's blemished. You can't weigh him in. That wasn't my fault.
Right.
Fish decided to get up on the prop.
Yeah, there's some things you have control over, and some things you think you have control over.
Right. Marlin is not one of them. But yeah, I mean, you think about our job though, Jim. We hunt all the time. Whether we hunt deer, turkeys, hogs, fish. I mean, in my case, women. I know you're married, but we hunt all year round.
Right. Right. I chase my wife around.
Of course you do, and that's what you should do. But anyway, getting back to the fishing and hunting part of that, I told you earlier that off air, of course, we had a lot of low water in the lagoon, and the little, I wouldn't say big wad redfish, but little wad redfish, 10, 15 fish here, 10, 15
little
here.
pods of them.
Little pods.
Yeah.
But you're sneaking into an area to fish, and I mean, I obviously knew they were there, but going in and finding them, and I'm like, there should be tailing around this or here, and you get up in there and there's like doop doop doop, little tails all over the place, and they're like, I'm like, I always stop and I'm like, tell the clients, I'm like, even though we may be 100 yards from them, like look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Like that is something that we went quite a few years without seeing because of dirty water and the grass and all that stuff.
Oh, and just a lack of fish.
Well, the lack of fish too.
We had a lot of fish kills, a lot of fish left.
Absolutely.
Because water quality was so bad.
But the shrimp have been in there super good, like we said about the bass thing, these bang bugs, which one wanted to try. But they were in there because we've had so much shrimp in there, and they just get in there and they get in a mode where, if you can get a bait from them, they're going to eat it. Like,
they're just redfish doing redfish things.
It was awesome, though. I tried to find a video for you, but I don't have one. But it's just like...
Well, you're right, though. A lot of times we want to rush. Right. You see that school and you want to try and sneak in, but you're kind of in a hurried state. And a lot of times you actually have more success if you just stop, take a breath,
mm-hmm.
and just watch them and just slowly ease in and just enjoy what it is that you've got in front of you. You've got a school of 15 or 20 fish and they're doing redfish things, and you see their tips coming out of the water and you see them float. Because sometimes they'll float and get their eyes will actually come out of the water like they're looking around,
mm-hmm.
or maybe they'll try and sip a shrimp that's jumped up to the top, or a glass minnow, or chase a finger mullet. Just watching them do what they do on a regular basis is just such a cool thing.
Well, not just that too, but if you sit back and I do sit back a lot off of them. I try not to pressure them too much because I feel like the more you pressure them, the more they become aware of you, the less they're going to eat.
Yeah.
But I have to hold myself back because, we only have a 4-hour window or a 3-hour window or a 2-hour window or a 7-hour window, whatever it is to put those people on fish.
Yeah.
When I pull up in there and I'm like, they're tailing right there. Okay. If you sit there and watch them, you can actually get somewhat of a pattern of what they like,
mm-hmm.
where they like to be, what they want to do. And the first couple of times you go in there, I sit back off them and I watch and I just kind of get an idea of what they want to do. And then some days it's like, because you're getting down the wire, you want to catch a fish, like, okay, I gotta go. But if you sit back and you take a breath, like you said, like 9 times out of 10, you'll have more success at that and catching that fish, because he's concentrating on doing something else. And if you don't get up there and booger him, like 9 times out of 10, he'll eat.
Yeah.
You know, there's days where they won't eat, but you know, if you don't pressure them too much, and they just kind of don't even know you're in the world, they come across that bait, whether it be a shrimp or
some of the things that you have to think about. Let's say you're just kind of searching, and you've got a topwater plug on there. You know, you got a skitter walk on, or whatever you got on there, and you're throwing that, and it's kind of a noisy search bait, or popping cork, noisy search bait, and then all of a sudden you see you're in this little quiet pocket, and you've got these fish that are just easing along and just grazing, if you will. That's not the bait to throw.
No.
I hear a lot of guys go, man, I led them, I gave them a good lead, and I walked the bait right in front of them. And, you know, and how you work the lure. It may not necessarily even be the lure sometimes, but how you work the lure. Most of the time when you're working a topwater plug, there's a light chop on the water. Sometimes there's a heavy chop, and you're trying to create commotion so that fish can find that lure. But if it's slick calm and you're seeing the tails,
you want a small.
That's
profile.
not the time to go super aggressive and try to entice them or get them to fire up to chase that topwater plug. And so a lot of times the lure is critical to the success, and matching the lure to and the presentation to what the fish are doing oftentimes is the difference between success and failure.
Absolutely. And those right there that you just showed me, those would be a perfect one for the scenario you're talking about, because I've seen them where you get back in there and you get them tailing, and like, let's say you get in front of them, you know, and they're working down that bank to you. And I've seen it where I'll throw 10, 15, 20 feet in front of them, even with a piece of chunk mullet.
Right.
Like even a finger mullet. What I do is I go to 7-Eleven on Beachside, and they have the sealed packages of, you know, air sealed vacuum packages of finger mullet. I love it because they don't leak. But anyway, I'll take that and I'll cut the where it kind of goes back to the body. I'll cut it off right there so it's tailless. Hook them in the nose and I'll throw it out there. Just the hook in that 3-inch bait,
that plug,
hitting that water, spooked them.
Spook them, yeah.
And it going from tailing to spooked out their mind, and you threw 20 feet in front of them, you got to go something low profile.
Yeah.
Something that's not going to make a lot of slap on the water. And then in that case, those baits would be great because you could flip it right over there and make a soft
soft
retrieve.
Presentation. Yeah. So. A lot of times, I think that we go too big on our lures as well, especially in a presentation where it needs to be more subtle or more delicate. So I have got the 3-inch, just little straight tail shad assassin. That little bait with a 1/0 offset worm hook, and I typically use an X point or one of the VMCs, and I use it in the heavy gauge wire. And that heavy gauge wire is, let's say it's 1/64 of an ounce, okay? And then the plastic is maybe, a 32nd of an ounce. So maybe now you're looking at something that's close to an 1/8 of an ounce. But I use either a 7-foot light action rod or a 7'10" medium light action rod with 2-pound test braid, which breaks at about 6 pounds of breaking strength.
That's small.
And I can get that extra distance with that little light lure and give it that soft presentation. Because in an open flat scenario, there's nothing for them to break you on. I mean, let them run. If they want to run from, if they want to run from Preacher's Island to the Clinkers, let them, let them go. I mean, there's nothing in between you and there to stop them or to break you off. And so a lot of guys are like, you're only using like 2-pound test? And I'm like, yeah. And the reason is I'll get an extra 20 or 25 feet out of my cast. And so
with the light,
once again, when you're talking about trying to get your boat close enough to the pod without them sensing that you're there, in many cases, a boat length, 20 feet,
that's a lot,
can be the difference between success and failure.
Absolutely.
So interesting, though. Well, guys and gals, we're going to take our next break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more Catch Your Memory after these messages, so don't go away. Dirty footprints and spilled food all create a mess on your boat's deck. Here's a fast and easy solution to clean them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean. Just spray it on the spot, hit it with a deck brush, and rinse it off. Dirty vinyl cushions, greasy drips around your outboard, even those suspicious stains your fishing buddy always seems to leave behind, don't stand a chance when you squirt a little Ultimate Extreme Clean on them. Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean works great to clean your grill and around the house. You can use it on your truck or lawnmower. It gets greasy stains out of clothing too. Just spray it on any greasy spot, give it a light rub, and they'll look like new again. Make sure you pick up some Starbright Ultimate Extreme Clean and lose those greasy stains today. Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised over $33 million to support scholarships for the families of fallen veterans and first responders through the Folds of Honor. From now through September 1st, Carroll Distributing will donate $1 for every case of Bud or Bud Light beer sold here in Brevard County. It's all part of their American Beers for American Heroes promotion to help promote and inspire those family members who have lost so much. So let's raise one for those in need today.
Hey guys, Captain Blair Wiggins here. I'm sure you're aware of the ongoing projects out there that are aimed at restoring seagrass and water quality in the Indian River Lagoon system. Well, here's one that I'm proud to have played a role in getting started, the Indian River Lagoon Clam Restoration Project. I collaborated with Whitney Labs, CCA, the FWC, and many other partners to implement this clam restoration project right here on Florida's East Coast. I would love for every one of you to get involved with this program. Your $20 donation will put 200 clams back into our lagoons. As they grow, these 200 clams will filter over 1 million gallons of lagoon water per year, greatly impacting the health of our local waters. Your contributions are tax deductible, so please help our lagoon by donating $20, $50, $100 or more to this cause. You can make your donation online at IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. Again, that's IndianRiverClamProject.org/support. And on behalf of myself and our waters in the lagoon, we thank you.
Assassin, the most trusted name in bass fishing, is also the top soft plastic lure brand for saltwater species. Sea trout, tarpon, redfish, and snook can't resist a saltwater Assassin 4-inch sea shad. Its amazing swimming action sets the bar for swim bait designs. Others continue to try, but no one has been able to replicate the action of this incredible minnow-style lure. But Assassin has other proven designs. The native shiner-colored 5-inch shad Assassin is my go-to lure when I'm targeting big trout. Redfish love the drunk monkey or the mudbug-colored 4-inch Assassin shrimp. And snook and tarpon love their new little P&V dart bait in watermelon red flake or Houdini colors. You can rig these lures on a weedless worm hook or on the amazing Assassin Spring Lock jig head. So these are just a few of my favorite Assassin lures that help me and my customers stay happy. Check out what top professional anglers have known for years. Assassin lures simply catch more fish. Stop in your local tackle store or go to BassAssassin.com to check out this incredible lure for yourself. Welcome back to Catch a Memory Outdoors. This hour of the show is presented to you by Bud and Bud Light. Guys and gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here to Catch a Memory Outdoors. And, of course, this segment of the show is brought to you by Petrucci Insurance. So if you want to save money, call Petrucci. It's real easy. 321-632-1200. That's 632-1200. Stop paying too much for your insurance. Have your house, your boat, your car, have them all rate quoted to make sure that you're not paying too much or that you're not overcovered or undercovered for your particular scenario. So give them a call there at Petrucci. Let them find you the best deal and save you some money. That's exactly what Petrucci Insurance Agency does. Hey, we're going to phone lines. We've got Paul Berube on from Boaters Exchange. Good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Speaking of saving money, boy, nobody wants to pay too much for insurance or for a boat.
You got that right.
Yeah, buddy. That's what we're all about. And so we've got an exciting week coming up. We're in, so we are officially into Boat Show Week. We've got the twice annual Orlando Boat Show coming up this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's the 5th, 6th, and 7th over at the Orlando, I guess it's the Orange County Convention Center, West Concourse.
Is it the West Concourse this time? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the West Concourse, and hours are on Friday 10 to 7, Saturday 10 to 7, and Sunday 10 to 5.
Well, you know what?
A lot of boats.
I heard through the grapevine that there may be, and I don't know if this is still the case, but there may be a pass or two still available at Boaters Exchange. Is that still going on?
So I'm looking at them right now, and I believe we've given them all away. I see there may actually be one left, but sometimes we can pull the rabbit out of the hat if someone decided not to use one of the free tickets that we received. All of the dealers get 75, and but they could give us a call and see if we can figure something out. Call the Rockledge location.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Rockledge location of Boaters Exchange. Hey, you know, I was talking with my good friend Brian Broadus, known him for a lot of years, and he said that you guys met up yesterday. I guess you were taking care of a customer down at Grills Riverside, one of my favorite places to eat, and got that customer all tightened back up and happy and out and being able to go boating again. But Brian said he pulled up there and you guys chatted for a little while. He just got that new 24 Pathfinder with a 300 Yamaha on it.
Yeah, he did. He's got the new 24 TRS. Really a great model. Has become the number 1 or number 2 best-selling Pathfinder. And, Pathfinder still reigns number 1 in the bay boat world in terms of overall sales in the bay boat segment. They didn't invent the category, but they certainly pioneered it and made it into, one of the neatest boats on the market in terms of, overall value, resale value, quality, ride quality, and most importantly, the ambidextrous features that most people want in a boat right now. So people, really want a boat that can do that can check as many boxes, whether they're fishing inshore, near shore, maybe a day with the family, which is what I've got going on today. And I got to tell you, we took a competing brand on trade against a Pathfinder, and I'm taking out that trade. I'm not going to say the brand, but I'm taking out that competing brand today with my family just to kind of be able to make sure that the boat's good and ready to go for the next buyer. But man, it leaves a lot to be desired when you compare them, when you compare that particular brand. And it's a nice quality boat to the all the features that the new Pathfinders have.
Yeah, they say you rub another 1,000 on it and things get better instantly.
Yeah.
And there that
but
is
the neat thing about
that is
Brian,
the truth.
you mentioned Mr. Broadus there. He just said that his boat, and I love hearing this from customers. It's not always the case, but he said his Pathfinder has been the most trouble-free boat that he's ever owned. He compared it to the last brand that he had, where he was, constantly chasing it around with a screw gun and fixing this and that. And so he just said that owning this boat has been a pleasure, and they've already got 2-foot-itis, and they'd like to come back and look at maybe a 26.
26, or maybe even the new 28 that's coming out here pretty soon.
Yeah, so there's a new 20. Excuse me. The 26 is also being redesigned, and so there'll be a new 26, and then as you mentioned, probably at Miami, a brand new 28.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of companies have figured out that that the 22-foot bay boat isn't necessarily as good as it could or should be for the family type of scenario where you got 4 or sometimes even 5 people in your family. And that 24 to 28 foot range has really started to become popular the last 4 or 5 years. And a lot of the boat companies are taking advantage of that.
That's right. Yeah, the 24 is the number 1 size selling boat in Florida. Interestingly enough, I was looking at the market data a few days ago. And the 22 still is the number one selling Pathfinder. You know, it's a great, you know, jumping off point, especially for smaller families or for those that, you know, maybe fish single-handed.
I was gonna say, for that hardcore fishing guy, him and his buddy, or maybe his two buddies, that 22 size is, you know, it's not as family friendly, but it is a great size boat to do multiple types of fishing with.
Yeah, and you can still run them with a 150, which keeps the price down, particularly if you don't have a T-top. When you get into the T-top, you know, really the 200 is the sweet spot. Some people, you know, go on up to the 250 SHO. You know, they really want to be doing 60 miles an hour. You know, some people, you know, really want that speed and power. But, you know, at any rate, you know, we've also got, I believe it's 8 other brands here at the dealership. And we'll have at the Orlando show, we'll have Everglade, well, of course, Pathfinder, Hughes, and Maverick. And then we'll have Everglades and Cobia. So it's and also Avid, which is another interesting boat. So we've got something for everyone. But the neat thing is, we always say, is you can go to the show, look at all of the brands in one place. That show is going to be as big as it's ever been. I'm on the show committee. We've got, you know, I think as much square footage rented out this time as we've ever had. So it's over, I want to say something like 260,000 square feet that we rented out in the hall. And every bit of it is sold to some of the various dealers and vendors. You know, I've got one guy going, and he just bought a boat from me, but he wants to go and get smart on electronics. And while we don't necessarily have a dedicated electronics vendor there, it is a good place to sort of see some of the different GPS chart plotters on some of the different boats, and he just wants to get smart on them so he can make sure he's getting the right choice for his boat that he bought. His boat came with he bought a runabout, and his boat came with a basic chart plotter, but, you know, he wants something a little more robust.
Gotcha. Well, there's plenty to choose from.
There's a lot to learn there.
Yeah. Well, buddy, we're against our next break. I look forward to seeing you next week. I'll be actually doing seminars Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. People can come out and watch that. And, of course, you can always stop by the Boaters Exchange booth and check out all the cool stuff that you guys have going on over there. I also, you know, real quick, because we're actually past time, but I know there's some incentives going on for fall-time buyers.
That's right. Yeah, there's a lot going on real quick. I mean, the big one is that there's still, you know, last deals on 2025 model year. There are factory rebates that are in effect for just the show. There are also some financing deals right now, depending on which brand and which motor you get. There's also an extended warranty offer going on, which actually ends this Wednesday. We've got in fact, I'm at the dealership now working on an Everglades deal for someone that wants to make sure they take advantage of that promo that ends on Wednesday. So lots going on. It's a good time. The fall is always a great time to buy. It's generally good deals, and there's a fair bit of inventory right now. It's definitely a buyer's market. Get down to the show or stop by the store today, and we'll see if we can help you find the right boat.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, buddy, and I will see you next week if I don't see you before then.
See you then. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Hey, gang, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Captain Matt Lee and myself, Jim Ross, are going to be right back after these messages, so don't go away. So why not do something with your next beer purchase that can help families of fallen veterans and first responders with Carroll Distributing's American Beers for American Heroes program through the Folds of Honor. Carroll Distributing, with each case of Bud or Bud Light sold, will donate $1 per case to honor the last 15 years of partnership with Folds of Honor. So crack open a cold one in honor of those whose family members have given the greatest sacrifice of all.
Exchange here. In today's economy, many boat owners are looking to stretch the life expectancy of their boat. Boaters Exchange specializes in repowers, and we've helped hundreds of boat owners like you freshen up their boat with a new outboard by Yamaha or Mercury. Many boaters tell me their boat feels completely different with a fuel-efficient, powerful, and quiet four-stroke. Our goal is to be the least expensive, most customer-friendly repower center in our part of Florida. Boaters Exchange is ranked one of North America's top 100 boat dealers, a Best for Vets employer, a Community Choice recipient, and best of all, has achieved Yamaha's Best in Class designation. We are grateful for these accolades and look forward to serving you in Rockledge or New Smyrna Beach. Find us on social media, the web, or email me directly, paul@boatersexchange.com. Mention Catch a Memory Outdoors, and I'll send you a free gift personally. We love to see you boat.
Catch a Memory Outdoors is presented by Carroll Distributing, your local Bud and Bud Light distributor for over 6 decades. Gals, welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in every Saturday right here. Cat, Matt, Lee, and myself are going to be talking about poppin' corks because Matt is a poppin' cork aficionado, and you're using. So I use, some of the Cajun Thunders, and I've used some of the other things over the years. But you've got these ones from Four Horsemen that you have been talking about for quite some time now. And what is it about that particular cork? Is it the type of beads that's making a certain sound? Is it?
Absolutely.
You think that's what it is? Huh?
Absolutely. That's the cork I use. I do a 3-inch popper.
The popper.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's got rubber on both sides. You can cast this thing a mile. Like you can literally throw it a mile. And I've tried the Bay Thunders, the this, that, the other, all those other popping corks. They don't produce a sound like those do. Those are, and you don't have to pop them hard. You can pop them as hard as you want. You can pop them as light as you want. It still works. A lot of the other ones, they sound very metallic-y. Like they have beads and stuff like that on there. That sound
They have a lot of brass beads and things like that.
These don't. These are rubberized, and they last a long time. The amount I spend for them versus the other ones, like I can go 2 of the other corks versus 1 cork of that, so they last a lot longer. Get beat up and
does the wire get bent in them?
Nope.
Is it maybe a titanium wire or something?
He's got a couple different ones out there now.
Because I noticed with some of them, especially if the wire's a little longer, like some of those early, like you say, those early clacking style corks. Mm-hmm. They may not even be a popping cork. They may be an oval or they may be a cigar shaped, whatever it happens to be. The wire
bends,
and then it's really difficult to get them to continue to work properly.
Correct.
Especially when one fish hits the lure that's below the popping cork, and then the other fish, whether it's a redfish or a jack or whatever, it actually tries to eat the cork.
Mm-hmm. We had that the other day too.
And it will bend that wire, and then it just does not want to work. Mm-hmm. But especially like this time of the year, when later in the year we've started to get some color, some algae, some different stuff in parts of the lagoon. Popping corks and things that make noise are much better options than lures that don't make noise.
They do, and a lot of it is a reaction bite from that. And what I do is, I'll go ahead and tell you my secret, is they have 2 different baits they make. They make a boom boom shrimp, and they make a baby boom boom shrimp. One's a 3-inch, one's 2.5.
Okay.
The baby boom boom shrimp, all the colors work. I haven't thrown a color that doesn't work yet. My favorite color to date is, let's see here. What is this one? It's called the brown shrimp, and of course the brown shrimp looks like a brown shrimp.
Oh yeah.
And the
brown with a little bit of silver,
on the bottom. Yeah. But I've used them all. Chartreuse tail with the red specks in them, without red specks in them. I use them all. I literally use them all. And they are pre-hooked, pre-weighted in that hook. The shrimp last a long time. Mm-hmm. Like the pufferfish can't, they can, but they don't. It takes them a minute to get through that. You could catch 30, 40 fish. You could probably catch 100 fish on one bait before it actually, with their teeth and all start wearing it out. Then just tie a new one on. You're good to go. I run them about between 16 and 18 inches, depending on how deep the water is.
I was going to say, what depth of water do you typically use the popping cork in?
Well, this year the water's been super low. So I've been fishing in about 3 feet of water with the cork and about 16 inches, 18 inches of leader than the shrimp.
Okay.
and I've gotten a consistent bite with like a 3-pop, 4-pop system. Like 4 pops, let it sit. As the sun comes up, you're letting it sit in between those popping sequences longer.
Okay.
Because they get like a little bit more, like in the early morning, they're really feisty, right? The water heats up, they start slowing down. A lot of times you'll do that pop system and just let it sit there, and then, 3, 4, 5 seconds, maybe 6. And on that 6th, when you're going to get it, they'll eat it. So then you got to go, okay, you need to slow down just a little bit more and just work an area. I was fishing ledges more or less. But they also come in handy because we had a lot of grass the past couple of years.
Right.
Well, the big fish, the croakers, they go down that grass. It's hard to fish them.
Yeah.
And when you're going out catching your own, or you're buying the bait, and the bait's so expensive anymore, you're spending anywhere from 75 cents to $2 a bait. You go through 50, 100 baits in a trip. That gets in your profit a lot.
Yeah.
When you get a cork for $8 on boom boom shrimp for $2 or $3, and it lasts you all day long. So, in multiple trips.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. And you don't always catch the monsters. They will catch them, but the number of fish go way up. So with big fish and croakers, you may catch 10, 12, 15 fish, but I'm catching triple that. I'm catching double that. Yeah. And we're and limiting it out. Like, getting our keepers too. It's not that it just catches small ones or big ones or whatever. It catches everything. And it catches jacks, it catches ladyfish, it catches redfish, catches snook, catches trout, they eat everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I was looking at this, these ghost shrimp. I'm thinking, you put a little 16-ounce jig head in that thing and float it behind a cork like that, and I'm sure it's going to get eaten
There's
up.
a lot of action going on.
I'm actually looking forward to trying it, to be honest with you. But all my products come from Four Horsemen. They come out of Louisiana. The guy's super nice there. His name's Aaron Pierce. I'm part of his pro staff. Not just to tell you this, just for you guys to go buy it. Like, go buy it, because they're good quality stuff. He ships out within a day or two. You have them on your back porch in a couple days.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend.
And they're Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen Tackle.
Gotcha.
FourHorsemenTackle.com.
Gotcha.
So, and I try to tag them out on everything I post. So if you go on my Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you'll see them posted just about everywhere.
Gotcha. Well, I'm excited about getting these little bang bugs out and giving them a try, because anything that you can throw that increases your bites, obviously is a benefit. And I think these things, these little silver and white ones, I wonder if they're glow. Do they glow?
They don't glow. I was looking at that earlier.
No, they don't have a glow in them.
People will be like, "What are you doing?" Testing it out, baby.
But to me, this looks like a little ghost crab kind of a scenario. And man, I'm just thinking, on those calm mornings where you can pitch up, I sit right outside the breakers and then pitch onto the sand and then pull it in the water, right? Because like that very first little trough, that first drop is where the snook and the redfish like to sit most of the time. And I'm just thinking, man, they are going to pounce on this thing.
I think so.
Put about a 1/4 ounce jig head in that, and
another thing that would work good too is on if you got any flounder, drag it over flounder's head. I'm sure you'll eat that bigger up.
Yep. I didn't. So. Now you got me going in a whole nother direction.
I know. It's like there's never. We always say this. There's never enough time on this radio show to talk about everything, and we try to. Okay, what do we want to talk about? Then we go through and we're like, okay, we want to talk about this. And then we get on these side bandits where it's just like, oh, we never did talk about that.
We never got back to what we were going to talk about to begin with. That's for sure.
It's like planning a fishing trip. You just go with the flow.
I'm telling you. Well, you know what? We need to do the cleaning solution segment from Starbright. And where did that product go?
Which one?
Vinyl Guard.
That's the corrosion blocker.
Ultimate corrosion blocker. If you guys and gals haven't checked this out, then check it out. It's a pretty good product. It's a tack-free metal protectant. And so I take this and I kind of spray it all over my motor. Take the motor, like about every, I'm running, sometimes, we're running 10 trips in 2 weeks. So about every 10 to 15 trips, I like to pop the cowling off. I like to first of all, spray the hinges, the latches, I should say, on your cowling. Okay.
Absolutely.
Spray those things down with some kind of an anti-corrosion, protectant. And so this particular product, the corrosion blocker, is really good for that. But then I'll actually just spray the whole motor, just any of the metal parts. Yeah. Let it just drip on down. Let it drip through the the lower unit and I spray my hydraulic steering. I spray the jack plate. I just spray everything. And the other thing I spray it with, I spray it on my winch, because your winch always wants to rust and corrode and do all this stupid stuff. And so I spray it all over the winch as well. And
this product, I haven't used this product yet, and it looks good. I was reading it earlier, but does it having a white boat, is it going to stain my boat? Like if you get it on the boat?
I don't know. I don't typically spray it like on the fiberglass portion.
No, I'm not saying like, but you get overspray. I mean, you get the like sunscreen. Yeah. You spray sunscreen on you.
Yeah, it might. I don't. When it dries white. Oh, it's sort of a clear / kind of a white look to it. But on the ends of your hydraulic jack plate or on hydraulic steering, you've got all those little dimples and little different, just all kinds of little different nooks and crannies that salt can go hide in. Mm-hmm. And so this product is really good. That once you've washed it and let it dry, go back in there and spray this protective coating all over your trim motor, your trim rams, your tilt ram. All of those little places where even the little kickstand that holds your motor up, the little kickstand thing, spray it like all up under there, because you don't realize sometimes where that thing is, at least on a Yamaha, where that thing is situated. Salt and stuff can hide and tuck up in underneath it. And so I get up under there and I spray from the bottom up and just coat everything in there. And it just keeps everything lubed up, free from corrosion, and just a great product. So that Starbright Ultimate Corrosion Blocker is today's product, and you guys and gals can find it at most of your marine supply stores. And if they don't have it, just go to starbright.com. It's pretty easy. Or
Amazon.
Everything's on Amazon anymore.
I'll tell you another product that's super good. I know we talk about it a lot, but this salt off stuff, man. I've been running this in my motor, and ever since we talked about it, and the way that, I don't remember the guy's name, but you were telling me, he goes, you run it on a hose, right? You put this stuff in there. You run it with just water. Get it hot. Turn the mixture on. Let it go. I let it run for 30 seconds or so, 45 seconds.
Get a good
I shut it off.
Coating all up in it.
But not only do I do that, but I tilt my motor up.
Yep.
With the Suzuki's, now I found out, because they have like a bushing or something inside there, and that will collect your salt. And that what it does, it corrodes from outside in, or inside out, sorry. And it'll eventually crack both sides of where your prop goes in, that big hole looking area.
Uh-huh.
It eventually crack it. So what I've been doing is I've been doing it like that, tilting the motor up, letting it run, get it all salt, you get it all foamy, shut everything down, and then just let it sit. And I don't even bother, I just let it sit till the next trip, and it'll come out foamy for just a second when you're on your next trip, but then it clears up with your, when you're running the motor,
I run about half of the container through my motor, and then like you do, shut it off, and then I spray my trailer hubs and brakes and rims and all of that gets sprayed next. And then I just start on my top side, because all of your little latches, all of your little stainless steel fittings here and there, all of that stuff, the salt will cake on it.
Yeah, that was just saying for the motor, but then after I'm done with the motor,
I use the rest of it on the rest of the boat.
Take it on in everything.
Yeah.
It's really good product. This is my number one product from Salt Off, or from Starbright, is this Salt Off stuff.
Salt Off
it is absolutely amazing. Yeah. But I know that all their products are good, but this is the one, if I have to recommend anything to anybody, that is the one that I would recommend 100 times over again.
There you go. Captain Matt Lee's pick of the week.
That's my pick every week, buddy. It's every,
Well, but let's take our last break, and when we come back, we're going to have a wrap-up. So don't go away. More Catch the Memories coming right back at you. Sunrise has all of the gear that you hardcore anglers need for a productive day on the water, and they've got frozen baits like ballyhoo, sardines, squid, and more. Plus, Sunrise Marina has a great selection of live baits, shrimp, pinfish, croakers, mud minnows, fiddler crabs, and a whole lot more. So if you're looking for tackle, rods and reels, boating accessories, fresh made sandwiches, or your favorite beverages, Sunrise Marina has got everything for you, and you can ice it all down with some bagged or bulk ice at their convenient, trailer boat friendly drive-thru. Sunrise Marina also stocks some really cool nautical gifts, as well as the performance clothing and casual clothing that anglers like you and me like to wear. Make sure you stop by Sunrise Marina before heading out before your next fishing adventure. They're easy to find right across the street from Grills Restaurant at 505 Glen Cheek Drive in Port Canaveral. StarTron Enzyme Fuel Treatment makes all engines run stronger, smoother, and helps them get better fuel economy. The enzymes in StarTron improve the quality of all fuels so engines start easier, even if they haven't been run for several months. Don't just stabilize your fuel, tune it with StarTron. StarTron Enzyme Fuel Treatment can also be used in 2- and 4-stroke engines, trucks, lawnmowers, generators, motorcycles, four-wheelers, basically anything that runs on gas. You can also get StarTron Diesel Fuel Treatment for your truck, boat, or tractor, or construction equipment. If you want to fuel more power, tune your fuel with StarTron. Is your home under attack from pests or termites? Or have furry wildlife made themselves way too comfortable in your attic? At Integrity Pest Management, they specialize in getting rid of pests, termites, and wildlife safely and effectively. With years of experience and commitment to integrity, they protect your home from unwanted invaders using eco-friendly and efficient solutions. Don't wait for the damage to pile up. Call Integrity Pest Management today for a free inspection and let them restore peace and security to your home. Call 321-637-1199 or visit them at integritypestmanagement.com. Integrity Pest Management, where your home's safety and your peace of mind are their top priority. This hour of Camo Radio has been brought to you by Bud. Hey, gang, welcome back. This segment of the show is brought to you by Strike Zone down in Melbourne. Make sure you stop in at Strike Zone, get all the cool stuff that you need. We were talking about that salt off, and our producer, Paul, says, hey, can you use that on your car? Well, I was reading the directions. It's cars, RVs. You know what I was thinking for that salt off? Everybody that lives beachside, what's the first thing that wears out?
Your axles,
on your house.
Oh, anything metal.
Your air conditioning unit.
Well, yeah, your air conditioning.
Spray it on your air conditioning. If you're in a high salt environment, you spray that on your air conditioning unit to keep the salt off of it and give it a nice protective coating.
We literally just read it, and it's spray it on, let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes, spray it off, you're done.
Yeah, just rinse it off and done.
Well, that's at cars too. I mean, look at cars that go on beachside all the time. Their axles, their springs, anything metal
all the undercarriages.
I mean, not to say that you, like for Paul, like it'd be great for him to get up underneath there with that jet and just all up underneath it, let it dry. Shoot, you could. I know the longevity.
Well, like
of the
on
metal
his Jeep, so he likes to go and drive like Gator Creek and some of those places around the wildlife refuge.
Definitely.
Well, all of those puddles and stuff have got salt in them.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be great for washing. And you come out of the boat ramp and then you're just driving across the parking lot. Well, as you drive, your tires are slinging salt water from the last guy's trailer and the guy before that's trailer that he put down on the parking lot. So you're slinging that little bit of salt up and then it's sitting there on your undercarriage of your truck all day long.
Absolutely.
So you get home at the end of the day and spray it back down with some salt off, and
I do it at the car wash. I bought a 10-foot hose I can connect to the boat hose at the car wash, and like I said, I do it all right there at the car wash because like where I live, there's a lot of iron in my water.
Oh yeah.
So with having a white
it'll
boat,
just
you don't
stain
wanna
your
do that.
boat.
Yeah, it just stains the tar out of it. So I do it all at the car wash. It doesn't take any more time. 2 or 3 minutes to hook it up, take it down. Like it's stupid not to use it. Like, I mean, no offense, but that's all there's to it. I mean, if you're living down here, if you don't treat your stuff right, it's not gonna last.
It's not going to last. It will tear up very quickly. And the other thing I was thinking about is like you couldn't really spray it like on your electrical boxes and your light fixtures and like ceiling fans and stuff like that. But I mean, when you think of all of the things that are out on the patio of your house, then that you would want to keep salt off, then those types of, well, like you say, the corrosion inhibitor that we talked about to start with, you can spray all of those things with the corrosion inhibitor rather than with water and salt off, because obviously water and electricity don't mix real well.
I'll tell you a quick
At least
story.
most of the time.
Like I said, I've never used this product, but I'm looking forward to trying the corrosion blocker stuff. But the corrosion blocker stuff does work in the past, and I'm 100% can guarantee you can go look at the motor right now. Buddy of mine were fishing a tournament. We had fish to weigh in. The motor was overheating because we didn't realize that the water pump had gone bad.
Right.
But we had when we got up on plane, we could get enough water circulating to keep the water cool. Well, to get up on plane, we overheated. The alarm came on. We had done this corrosion blocker on that motor. He takes the cowling off. A buddy of mine still has a boat, still has a motor. He was taking buckets of salt water to throw on the motor to cool it down enough, so we could get out of there and get the fish weighed in, right? And I'm like, dude, that motor's done. Done.
Yeah.
You can take the cowling off, and there's not a lick of rust on it from the corrosion blocker he'd put on there.
Really?
Swear it to you.
That's awesome.
I could even go home. I can go right now and take pictures for you. And I'm like, no freaking way. But I swear to you, it works.
It's that's what Starbright does. They just make products that simply work.
I can't wait to try it, man. I got a new motor. I'm gonna put it on today.
Today, it's happening today.
So.
Well, Matt, we've got fall coming up. Obviously, snook season opens on Monday. We've got the Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend this weekend, and so it's going to be a big weekend to be on the water. Hopefully, everybody out there stays safe.
If the weather holds out,
football season starts. Today.
Another thing we didn't talk about either was gator season.
Gator season's been going. Some of the guys I've seen some really nice ones this year coming out of St. John's. Do you? Yeah, yeah. So there's been some good gators that have gone on, but man, I mean we've got only 2 weeks to opening a deer season.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So
we're going this weekend to finish up our preparation. We'll be leaving. I think we're gonna leave Sunday, and we're gonna stay because it's Memorial Weekend or whatever. What's the weekend?
Labor Day
weekend.
Labor Day.
So we got Monday off, and I have Monday off, so we're gonna go up there and spend the night there and come back Monday. But at least we'll get our feet on the ground and last ditch efforts to get this thing going. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, get the final preps and final trees trimmed. If because here's a funny thing. So a month ago, you put your blind up, and you trim it, and everything looks good. And then opening morning, you don't come back till opening morning, and you jump up in the stand, and there's one branch, and it's right there in the way.
There. Yeah. And that's where, and believe it or not, that's where that deer will come out and stand.
And
that's
he'll
where
stand
the
behind
will be
that.
right there.
He will.
It's like, how in the world did you know that branch was there?
Well, he's in cahoots with the squirrel and the raccoon.
Oh, that's what it is.
They were messing with the branch and pulled it down a little bit and get it right in the way.
Oh, yeah.
So he's deer's got him on the payroll.
I believe that 100%. Just like I believe this redfish got his mold on payroll. I can guarantee you that. Shoot. But no, I'm looking forward to it, man. Where are you going to be opening day? Oak Hill?
Yeah, I'm going to try Oak Hill opening day. Yeah, and then the following week we're actually going to be up in Madison at Tino and Cheryl's place up there, and see if we can maybe get a doe off of that property. He's got some. It's just a matter of are you in the right? It's with any hunting. You're in the right place at the right time. So looking forward to that. But if I can get a doe or two, I'm happy as can be. If Bullwinkle steps out, that's okay too. But
yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm running really low on deer, and so I need.
Well, that's what you say, and I get that. But I've noticed, and I know we're running out of time. But don't ever let a camera discourage you from going, because it only takes that one hot doe to come by. Go sit in that tree, man. Go.
You can't shoot them if you're not there.
You're
as simple as that.
And I've had a trail camera where I've gotten pictures, and then I go pull the card. I got pictures on the card and never even got sent to the phone. So it's like, holy crap! I didn't hunt that stand because Bullwinkle wasn't there. But then I going, oh, he really is there.
He was there 4 or 5 times.
He was there this morning.
Well, how does somebody get a hold of you?
Oh man, give me a call 386-214-3530. Website, Instagram, Facebook. It's all Code Red Fishing Charters. But just give me a call. We'll talk about it. Have a good laugh on the phone, and then we'll transfer it over to the boat and catch some fish. Have a good day.
There you go. Well, guys and gals, till next time, do exactly what Captain Matt Lee and myself are going to do.